All right, boys and girls, welcome back to another video. So I am actually looking at Nato's Moonshadow versus Scythe Dagger maxed A10 test. So we're gonna do a little bit things a little differently here. Okay, I'm gonna do a little breakdown. I'm gonna watch her testing, and then I'm gonna give you guys my breakdown. So first off, before you do anything, this video will be linked in the description. Go show her some love. Subscribe to her channel. She's trying to grow. She's a great content creator as well as a great person. Actually, I've been having a chance to meet her and talk to her a little bit, and she's a fantastic player as well. She knows her stuff. So please, guys, for somebody who is looking to whale out and max everything and give us showcases at a capacity not even I can do, go and subscribe and like her. I know a lot of people like to bash whales and stuff because they're like, it's a big waste of money, but hey, nobody knows her circumstances. I don't know her circumstances, and the fact that she's able to do this and provide it, I'm actually thankful for the data that she's able to give. Now, she's doing a comparison between two very important things. Number one, the Scythe, and then the Moonshadow. Now, you might be asking, Payne, why aren't you doing this showcase yourself? Well, because I don't have the damn weapon. 400 plus summons, and I have yet to get a copy. So we are going to rely on her on this one. Now, a couple things to note. There are some advancements here that you need to know and what they are and how this weapon works. Now, let's talk about the Moonshadow daggers. This to me is going to see its full potential only if you get to at least I think it's A3, right? So A3 applies another instance of lunar eclipse with shadow step. Now A1, it's still super powerful. The duration is only 3 seconds. Keep that in mind, and you do have the ability of stacking the full moon duration up to 3 times versus 1 time. So 1 time gives you 15%, or 1 time gives you lunar eclipse is what I'm talking about, not that. So full moon and lunar eclipse. So full moon is stackable now up to 3 times, but then lunar eclipse now also increases the damage taken by the target by 15%, right? So if you guys can fully maximize that, you can go up to a maximum of 45% more damage with this dagger. Okay, so 45% more damage. So let me just show you guys real quick what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go into the game real quick. Right here. So here is the actual instance, right? So full moon, duration infinite, stacking up to 1 times. And here's lunar eclipse. Increases damage taken by 10%, increases dark damage by 10%. Now, if you guys can get it to A1, you are now able to stack the full moon and lunar eclipse now up to 3 times. A full moon, obviously, right here, it slows down time for 3 seconds, was what the actual skill does, but the full moon effect here is what you're looking for, and then the lunar eclipse effect is what you're looking for. So lunar eclipse here now also increases the damage taken by the target by 15%. So by just having an A1 version of this, you're getting yourself 25% more damage taken on the target, and then increasing your dark damage by 25%. So 10% from there, 15% there, 10% from there, 15% there. So that's 25% increase on both of those. That's a massive increase in regards to how much damage you're doing. Now, A2 obviously pushes it to 10% more darkness damage, so now you're getting 35% darkness damage. And then when you do shadow step here, it applies 1 instance of lunar eclipse. So this is important because you can stack this up to 3 times. That'll help you stack it even further, right? So I think all you really need to do is get it to bare minimum A3. A1 is the best case scenario for any free-to-play player if you plan to use this dagger. Now, this dagger is a support dagger, in my opinion. Okay, it's not going to be doing as much damage as the Scythe, for example, or the plum sword. It is meant to actually be hand-in-hand work together, in my opinion. So let's go ahead and look at her video now and kind of give you guys what she has done for both of these. Okay. So let's see, she's doing these. So this is bot 25, by the way. This is the place I do all my testing. Okay, so the top there you guys can see is the Scythe, and down here is the dagger. Now, first off, she's got Scythe, and I think this is Scythe and dagger, and this is, oh no, wait, hold on, what is this? There it is. Sorry, this is trying to see what she did here, guys. So this is, I'm seeing Scythe and Plum Sword, and I'm seeing Dagger and Plum Sword. Let's see, you guys can see up top there the stacks, right up here. 3 stacks of that full moon. No stacks of full moon here, obviously. It's very, very close. It's very close. Now, if I go back in this video for a second, right to the beginning, you guys can see a couple different things have happened, okay? First off, in time, let's go right back, actually right from the start. We're going to take a quick look here. Okay, so first off, 255, 256, there's a second in delay. Okay, so this fight here starts at 254 with a shadow step, nonetheless, okay? So we have to take that into account. This fight starts at 252 with also a shadow step. So this already here, the opponent has, let me just lower this screen for a sec, 43 bars, 56 bars. It's a pretty big difference, guys. Pretty big difference. Okay, so that alone should say something about the Scythe combo with Bloom combo versus Scythe combo versus Dagger combo. You look now, 37, 40. Yeah, I mean, the Scythe's catching up. So all in all, if you look at this, because of the delay in timing, if we go right to the end of it all, right? 204 versus 211. It's pretty much equivalent. Pretty much equivalent. So, do I think the dagger is a necessity? I don't. And also keeping in mind the fact that she didn't have 25% HP using the scythe, or 70% HP, sorry, using the scythe, so that's an extra 25% crit gone right there. I do think the Moonshadow does provide, let's see her analysis. While Scythe provides a very high skill weapon damage, it is simply not enough to compete with the Moonshadow. In order to deal as much damage as possible, the shortest you'd want to stack as much buffs as you can. So I do agree with her here. So if this wasn't a full 3-minute video, or sorry, if this was a slow fight, let's say it required like Baruka fight in Battle of Time. If this was a quick like a 30-second battle to a 40-second battle, it still would be very close. And the reason why I say this is the amount of damage you do with the scythe would still outdo the amount of buffs you get here. So do I think this is required? I don't think so. I do agree with her that the buffs are incredible. And this is where I kind of this is where I'm kind of thinking. Long-term MP management purposes, let's just say the battle is for some reason 3 minutes long. Okay? I think the Moonshadow is a better weapon to pair with the Plum Sword or with the Scythe. I think it's the best support weapon for a dark weapon, period. For short battles, though, I think the Scythe will still outdo it. The 25% crit at 70% HP, if you can get yourself there, and that combo, like its original combo with Soul Harvest and stuff, is insane amount of damage. So, especially when you hold it down and you can connect all of them, right? So overall, guys, do I think this is a necessity? I don't think Moonshadow is by any means a necessity. If you can get it to A1, you still have the best support weapon for a dark weapon. And it will definitely outshine anything in a long battle. But I think from a short-term perspective, seeing especially her numbers here and how close the battle was, again, she started late with the Plum Sword and didn't get the full advantage of the crit. And she only ended with, what, 6 seconds apart? Keep that in mind. So I think they're very, very equal when it comes down to it at the end of the day. But I do believe that long-term fights, the Moonshadow will shine more because of the amount of buffs you get from it, and it will also be more MP cost efficient versus the Scythe, which actually eats a lot of MP and requires you to have lower health to take full advantage. So longer fights, I think Moonshadow is better. Shorter fights, I think the Scythe is better still. Overall, is it a required weapon? Probably not. I just want it for testing purposes, but for those who are looking to get it, put it in there. You'll eventually get it. That's why it's sitting in the basic banner rather than a limited banner. So that's my take. Again, check out her channel, guys. This is Nato's take on it. I do agree with her numbers. The numbers look good, but again, I don't think this weapon is a 100% a necessity, and I don't think it'll outdo the Scythe for free-to-play players at the end of the day because you get 2 copies of the Scythe for free, and you probably may have additional copies just from summoning. All right, guys, it's Payne. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.